The extensive library of Beatles songs is chock full of beautiful lyrics. Here, There, and Everywhere, In My Life, or Here Comes the Sun instantly come to mind. But arguably none of the Beatles' catalog contain lyrics so poetically crafted as John Lennon's Across the Universe. In total agreement with this notion, John himself once reflected on Across the Universe in a 1971 interview saying, "It's one of the best lyrics I've written. In fact, it could be the best. It's good poetry. See, I like the ones that can stand as words, without melody." Through elegantly crafted metaphoric similes, John manages to paint a perfect picture of very abstract ideas in Across the Universe, taking intangible concepts, such as words or love, and displaying them as tactile with lines such as, "Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup," and "Love which shines around me like a million suns." Images only one's imagination could create are conjured up in the mind's eye at Lennon's direction through this prose, and the same stylistic approach is used from beginning to end, making Across the Universe a masterpiece of versification. But, as it's easy to get lost in such a complicated form of lyricism, the question is begged as to what the song is actually about. In other words, what story are we being told through this metaphoric labyrinth of exposition? Well, upon a close inspection, Across the Universe reveals itself to be a documentation of a person's spirit breaking through to the divine state of consciousness, not through taking LSD, DMT, or psilocybin, nor through a near-death experience, but instead through another way of experiencing the numinous, through the practice of meditation, or more specifically, transcendental meditation, known also simply as TM. Verse by verse, each of which we will inspect closely in a moment, John takes us deeper and deeper into his meditation, from the beginning stage to reaching a cosmic state to finally breaking through to what is referred to as God consciousness. All four Beatles learned this practice from the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi during their stay at his meditation ashram in India in early 1968. And no matter what they may have grown to think of the Maharishi himself in later times, the exercise of transcendental meditation, or TM, was something they all carried on practicing throughout the rest of their lives, John being no exception. Now, while it may take some time to master, the TM technique is quite simple in explanation. The practitioner repeats what is called a mantra to themselves to aid in slipping into the meditative state. A mantra being a certain phrase to focus on in order to let go of the constant flow of thoughts that we always have running through our minds, preventing our consciousness from transcending into the cosmic state. The idea being that while focusing on the mantra, those other thoughts no longer have the ability to take center stage and distract the mind from breaking free of the here and now, making it possible for it to travel to the great timeless and formless beyond. In Across the Universe, John repeats two mantras throughout the entire song, one being, "Nothing's gonna change my world," for which we'll discuss in time, and the other being, "Jai Guru Deva," which is an Indian phrase which quite literally translates to "glory to the Divine Master," an homage to the Creator. While in India, the Maharishi taught this mantra to John, even giving him gold bracelets with the words Jai Guru Dev engraved on them, which translates to "glory to Master Dev," the guru who taught the Maharishi the secrets of TM, a clever play on the mantra Jai Guru Deva. In Across the Universe, except at the very end of the song, when John repeats this mantra again and again as the music fades, each time he says Jai Guru Deva, he repeats it with the word Om, a word used by practitioners of meditation to aid in their spirit's journey to the astral plane. In Hinduism, Om has very deep meanings. Referred to as pranava, it is regarded as the sacred sound, encompassing all other sounds, and is believed to be the resonant frequency of the entire universe. When the meditator hums this sound, he or she is tuning into that universal frequency, thus allowing the spirit to become one with everything within it. In between these mantras are the verses, which tell the story of John's meditation. In the first verse, he documents the beginning stages of it, where he has got himself comfortable and is now in the process of letting go of his stream of constant thoughts. In TM, the guru teaches his students to view their thoughts as clouds, to simply allow them to float by without ever attempting to focus on them. Instead of the thinker, the practitioner then becomes the observer, and the stream of consciousness flows of its own volition through an open channel, from one side of the mind to the other, free then to flow into the great beyond, as the practitioner begins to enter cosmic consciousness. Through magnificent metaphoric imagery, John illustrates this first stage perfectly. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither wildly as they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my opened mind, possessing and caressing me. After explaining the process of these free-flowing thoughts, John then repeats his mantras to reiterate where his meditative mind is truly focused. Jai Guru Deva, Om, nothing's gonna change my world. Deeper now in the meditation, he then delivers his second verse, when he is in the stage of crossing over to the other side, where the psychedelic light show has begun. He has fully entered cosmic consciousness now, and his universal, divine guides are beckoning him to keep on traveling deeper, to continue to let his stream of consciousness flow by without grabbing hold of any thoughts they contain. Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes, they call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind inside a letterbox. They tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe. And again, after that exquisite description, he returns to his mantras. Jai Guru Deva, Om, nothing's gonna change my world, and flows deeper and deeper into the trance, until finally, in the third verse, he has officially broken through to God consciousness, or divine consciousness, if you prefer, where the flow of worldly thoughts have dissipated, where the living energy of joy reigns and guides the spirit to bask in the warm glow of the central and most fundamental aspect of creation, pure, infinite, radiating love. Sounds of laughter, shades of life are ringing through my open ears, inciting and inviting me. Limitless, undying love which shines around me like a million suns, it calls me on and on across the universe. Breathtakingly beautiful, quite possibly the greatest lyrics John Lennon ever penned. And once again, after this stunning description, we are brought back to the mantra. Glory to the Divine Master, Jai Guru Deva, Om, nothing's gonna change my world. Thus completing our journey with John through the cosmic realms of transcendental meditation. And of course, that leaves us with the last lyric we've yet to analyze. What exactly John meant when he said, nothing's gonna change my world. Well, although it's the most said lyric in the song, leaving it until the end was no accident. It's actually somewhat disputed. For example, producer Rick Rubin interprets it as exhibiting a feeling of hopelessness, whereas the Maharishi was bothered by the line, declaring that meditation changes everything, not the other way around. But both of these statements, among others which shine a negative light on this phrase, are failing to look at the song as a whole before passing their verdicts. After reading the song as a whole and comprehending the meaning behind it, that it's John Lennon's description of breaking through to a realm of limitless love and joy, it only makes sense that this mantra is a declaration of positivity. When viewed in context with the rest of the lyrics, John is saying that he has finally found peace. He thanks God for that and declares that nothing will ever be able to take it away from him. It's the second half of its preceding line, together being a pronouncement of praise and gratification. Glory to the Divine Master, nothing's gonna change my world. So there you have it. Across the Universe is a poetic masterpiece detailing John Lennon's meditative journey through the cosmos. But of course, that's just one opinion, and we'd love to remind you that all lyrics are open to interpretation, and therefore would love to know what you think the song is about and what it means to you. So feel free to leave a comment below. But before you do, as a bonus, here are 5 additional facts about the Beatles across the universe. 1. Did John Lennon really write across the universe? Or was he just the vessel to translate its message to the world after it was transmitted to him from the great beyond? Although Across the Universe is a song based in transcendental positivity, the lyrics came to John while in an irritable mood one night, preventing him from sleeping, and wouldn't stop repeating in his head until he got up and wrote them down. According to John, "I was lying next to my first wife in bed, and I was irritated. I kept hearing these words over and over, flowing like an endless stream. I went downstairs and it turned into sort of a cosmic song rather than an irritated song. It drove me out of bed. I didn't want to write it, but I was slightly irritable, and I went downstairs and I couldn't get to sleep until I'd put it on paper." 2. Across the Universe actually traveled across the universe. In 2008, to mark the song's 40th anniversary, it was beamed from an antenna by NASA from the DSN's Madrid Deep Space Communication Complex towards the North Star, over 430 light-years away from Earth, making it the first song to ever be beamed into outer space. 3. It is the only Beatles song to feature their fans singing. While recording it in February of 1968, John and Paul decided they wanted falsetto voices to accompany John on the chorus, as he felt he wasn't singing in tune. So Paul went outside of the front door of Apple's headquarters and grabbed 2 female fans, known as Apple Scruffs, who habitually hung around outside of the building waiting for a glimpse at the Beatles, and made their day when he invited them inside to sing on the chorus along with John. 4. Across the Universe sat dormant for nearly 2 years after being recorded, until eventually John donated it to the World Wildlife Fund for a fundraising compilation album released in December of 1969. Playing on the lyric, "Nothing's Gonna Change My World," the album was called "No One's Gonna Change Our World," and features the likes of the Hollies, Cilla Black, and the Bee Gees. While another version of the song appeared on the Beatles' 1970 Let It Be release, the World Wildlife Fund record would be the only version to feature Lizzie Bravo and Gayleen Pease, the 2 Apple Scruffs who accompanied John on the chorus. 5. John felt the Beatles didn't give Across the Universe the attention they should have, stating, "The Beatles didn't make a good record of it. I think subconsciously sometimes, Paul would sort of subconsciously try and destroy a great song, meaning we'd play experimental games with my great pieces." But in 1975, John would play with David Bowie's band in the studio to record a fuller version of the song for Bowie's Young Americans album, a version which unfortunately drops the mantra of Jai Guru Deva. Once again, we hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. We'd love to hear what you think of Across the Universe in the comments section below, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons before you leave. There's plenty of content just like this on the way that I know you're gonna love.